You that follow me on other platforms, you've already seen this car because I posted pictures of it. This is my impulse buy of, I can't say recently because there's a few other things sitting around here that are kind of random, but this is my most recent, kind of not in the wheelhouse of what I usually buy. It's an 86 or an 87 Chrysler Conquest TSI. The wheels are still there, which those are usually harder to come by. They're a little scuffed up, but I did not know the windshield was busted. I kind of bought this thing sort of sight unseen. I just got a few pictures, and so the engine's there, and like I said, interior's there. The two front windows are busted out. The windshield's obviously busted out. Let's go over this car because it has a few things that has my interest peaked in it. I've always wanted one of these. I remember seeing them in the early 90s when I was a kid. I just remember seeing a ton of these on the road, and they just kind of disappeared. I won't say they're collector's cars, but to the right people, they are very collectible. And also, that is a 5-speed in there, so that makes it a little bit more intriguing on what I'm going to do with it. So this is an 86 or 87. I have not ran the VIN yet to be able to tell, but 87 Conquest TSI. The front end's in pretty good shape, minus the lower air dam, which those usually get cracked. And it looks like maybe a bullet hole right there, or somebody got happy with a hammer. I'm not sure. Body is pretty straight. Other than that, usually the wheel wells rot, but doesn't appear to have a whole lot of that. A few dents, dings, and some terrible tint from the 80s. There's that terrible tint that's looks like the window's just not even there. So anyways, we're gonna first order of business is probably cleaning up all this glass that's busted everywhere. One, so I don't hurt myself, and two, so we can see what we're left with. Looks like I got a ding up here. The main thing I'm worried about is this right here, this damage right here in the roof line. It's fixable, but that's really the only damage. That dent right there, but again, fixable, not a big deal. I am missing this piece right here, and obviously the windshield's shattered. Let's take a look under the hood. Got to put the hood prop up. All right, hood prop is up. And it looks like we have most of the engine. The only thing we're missing is this line right here, and a few of the rubber lines, coolant lines. Looks like somebody's already played with some wiring in here, and we are missing the coil wires. Looks like somebody may have done a dizzy cap, and that's pretty new, so it looks like somebody maybe stopped in the middle of that. So, and then that's got a little bit later model coil in it. There's definitely some wiring that would need to be gone through, but these things were known for terrible wiring and electrical gremlins. So we're gonna see about cleaning this up. So we're gonna snatch all this stuff out of there, see if the motor's any good. If the motor's any good, then we may make a decision to keep it or not keep it. I do not have keys, so I'm probably gonna have to find a jump point and try to jump it, or get a new key and get a new dash key and get that put in. So we are gonna see just how quickly we can clean this thing up and see if it's any good. So stay tuned with me on that. It looks like I'm maybe missing either missing the back seat or it's folded down. I think it's folded down. I can't tell for all the glass busted, so we're gonna get all that stuff moved out of the way, and then continue working on getting this glass out of here. So let's see what happens when we keep cleaning it up. All right, so aired up the back tire. Went to put the jack under here and noticed this tire turned pretty quick. Well, that's because somebody cut through the tie rod end. So that's not good. I wonder if it was locked up or if it's just because they didn't have a key. So that's how they turned the wheel. Easier ways around that, but just noticed something I noticed when I was airing up that tire. So we have cleaned up the underhood with the exception of a vacuum. All right, so we have a ratchet on here with a socket, and as you can see, the motor turns freely. The belt looks shot, but it looks a little rough, but the motor is spinning freely. The only thing that worries me is this is loose. That's a charge pipe. This line is loose, and then this coolant line over here is also not on there. I think I know where this stuff goes. It's that one to that one and that one to the PCV. So not a big deal there. The wires not there also has me worried, but we'll probably check the spark plugs and see what they look like. See if they're even in there. I haven't checked that yet, so let's do that real quick. All right, so it looks like the spark plugs are there. They're buried in all these leaves and crap, but they're there and in the motor still, so that's a good sign as well. So she spins freely, the plugs are still in it. The only thing missing is the plug wires. Looks like somebody's put a newer cap on it, as I mentioned earlier, and then I guess just didn't finish the job. Maybe they're in the back. I'll look and see. That's a newer coil, probably from the 2000s. Judging by the stickers and everything, but we're gonna look in the back and see if we can find some wires. Maybe they left the wire set back there. The major issues right now is the tie rod ends are cut, I guess, so they could steer it without a key, whoever got it. But the glass is all cleaned up to an extent. That's all out. We still need to get a vacuum, but we learned it's a 5-speed, has a nice Cobra radar detector from the 80s, nice little Kenwood CD player. And still has the seat belts that go all the way back. When I did find another bullet hole right here, and notice the seat rest over there, there's a few bullet holes. So I don't think anybody got killed in this car, but hopefully not. But you can definitely see the bullet holes in that seat rest, which is probably what this is a bullet hole, actually, now that I think about it. And the hood too, which I already said. So we're gonna dig around the trunk and once we get this open and see if there's a wire kit back there. I lucked out because it is a Conquest TSI. If you're gonna get one, that's the one everybody wants. But she's on the rare side of cooked right now, so we'll see if she'll come back to life. I'll probably keep it for now, especially with the motor being free, not really missing anything major besides wires, and we'll have to get a new ignition switch. Over there on the other side of the dash, we'll have to get that and get the rest of this cleaned up. Looks like the white switch is toast as well. But yeah, 5-speed makes it kind of fun too. and we'll see what she does. Stay tuned for this project. I'm sure there'll be more part 2s, but and then another thing is I did get all the tires to air up. Obviously they're not usable. They're radial TAs, probably from the 90s if I had to guess, but they did all air up, so which is good because I can roll this car around now. Even I might have to rig up something to keep the tie rods from the front wheels from turning all crazy, but yeah, so it's definitely a project, and it's like I said, as far as I can tell, it's complete. We're gonna clean up this engine bay, get everything vacuumed out and blown out, and probably get a switch unless I can find a jump point, and hook a hot battery, see if she will crank. So I'm sure that that ignition switch is fun to do on these, but no big deal. So yep, for now we're gonna keep this. I know a couple of you were interested in it for parts if it didn't turn out the right way. Still maybe, you know, still may not have compression, so we'll see. I know these things were bad about blowing head gaskets, so who knows, it might still be dead duck after all. I may compression test it. I may just throw an ignition switch in and see what happens. Check out that radar detector. I was wondering what this power cord went to. So that's old 80s Cobra jet, or Cobra, not Cobra jet, sorry. That's old 80s, check out that Grant steering wheel. Couldn't really see that earlier for the glass. So looks to be all here, including the CD player. So that's aftermarket, I believe, Kenwood, but go through back here and hopefully there's some parts back here, but I can't get in back there. Looks like this guy was some kind of electrician or stereo guy, just judging by all the stuff that's laying in here. Could have just been the 80s though, but anyway, it is still being cleaned up, but we got a good start on getting the loose glass out of there, and we'll continue on with some more updates.